所以呢，就是这个婚姻的经验义务，就这么简单。但是它的内容是，我觉得是非常完整、非常圆满的。所以呢，就是比方说，它这里面首先也是我们从空性的角度去这个空性的这样一个建立，来把握住这个修行的方法。而且再次呢，就是这个从金刚乘的这个特点的这个升级次第上，首先我们自身观想这个本尊。所以自身观想本尊的时候呢，那我们比如说现在我比方说我讲努巴仁波切，这是一个我执嘛，是不是？那现在我观想观音的时候呢，没有这个努巴仁波切，没有，是不是不存在了？所以任何一个人都是这样。现在比如说我某某某某人嘛，是不是？但是你自身观想观音的时候，你不是这个人嘛，你是观音嘛，是不是？所以这个呢，它是特别这个比较强制性的，你的这个念头要转化。本来不干净的、不清净的很多的念头，突然间转成为这个清净。所以这个金刚乘的这种一种修法是，它是一个好像呢带有一种强制性的，你念头不转化是不行的。你现在要转向观音的时候，怎么可能我还是某某某人呢？不是这个。所以呢，就是这个马上就这个观想这个自身是观音。所以这个观想观音的时候呢，你的这个身体是非常清净的。所以呢，就是净化我们的身体啊。同时，我们在念诵的是也是这个观音的信照，那个时候我们的语得到了清净。那我们所有的一切念头好的念头也不好的念头也出现各种的念头，最终这消失在这个大慈大悲的这个菩提心的境界之中，这样就净化我们自己的心。所以修至这样的时候，能够这个我们的身口意各种能够得到清净。那这样的时候，那肯定是我们有这个觉受是不一样的。所以一般这个我们不清净的时候，所谓的我们叫众生嘛，是不是？那我们得到了清净的时候，是本尊，是佛，是这样子。所以这个清净和不清净的这个差别而已。但是呢，这里面有一个最重要的原因是什么呢？本来每一个众生都有这个佛心，每一个众生都有这种空性的这个本质还有在这里每一个众生都有这个佛性的缘故，大慈大悲的这样一个现前。所以呢，就是这个众生都能够修的话，肯定能够修得起、修得成的这样一个因缘在，所以这个是很重要的。如果我们认识不到这样的话，那我们自己对法好像没有信心的。我怎么可能成佛呢？我怎么可能什么转成这个观音呢？会有这样的信念在。所以呢，但是我们从根本上认识到的时候，可以，我们也现在是一个凡夫众生，但是我们修的话，那肯定能够得到佛的果位。是有这样的信念的话，那我们对法能够相信。所以对法有这种相信的时候，才能够跟法能够相应。但是我们现在很多人这个虽然是修了很多很多的法门，但是得不到成就的原因是什么呢？他还是相信不够他自己还要带着一种这种怀疑的心，或者是什么不太那么信任的这种角度的去修的话，那是肯定是你相信不到的。所以必须应该要对法有这个100%的要相信是很重要的。
So would you say that actually there is oral transmission on the Chenrezik, the essence of the Nas? It is very simple, but bear in mind that the content is very profound very high level of teachings and science. And all the contents in respect of this Buddhism is all contained inside. Rinpoche say, for example, in this practice, you can see that we start off by letting you to bear in mind that there should be a view that we should start off from the phenomena of emptiness, knowing that all phenomena are empty, and from there we practice. And it also contains the gist of Vajrayana Buddhism's techniques, in the sense that first, out of emptiness, we visualize ourselves as a deities, as a yidam. The Rinpoche say, for example, if I say that my name is Nupa Rinpoche, but when you visualize yourself as a deity that time, then you will not think of yourself as Nupa Rinpoche. Likewise, for all of us, if we say, I am so and so. So through this visualization from emptiness and manifest as a Chenrezik, we will not think of ourselves as so and so. We will straight away think that we already actually is Chenrezik. The deity is already done by itself. So Rinpoche further explains that in Vajrayana Buddhism, the unique part of it is that it is something like you can say it forces you to transform back to your original self, your original state. Whatever thought that is impure you have, you turn with this forceful way, turn you into a pure state. So the way of, you can call it forcing it, but it is a very effective way to turn yourself from an ordinary being and straight away through this visualization, you become the deities and Chenreziks. Then you achieve back to your original purity. So with this visualization, our body visualized as Chenrezik is a purification process, and our body become purified. With the chanting of the mantra, 6 syllables of mantra, actually we purify our speech, and with the mindfulness of ourselves as actually a deity, Chenrezik, whatever thought we have, good or bad, it will just dissolve into the mindfulness of loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and straight away it just melts into your heart and you're purified. Therefore, through this particular practice, with this visualization in Vajrayana Buddhism, in this very short sadhana text, you are actually purifying your body, speech, and mind. And if you understand this when you practice and using this method, you will have certain kind of experience which is very unique, very different from any kind of experience that you have come across. So the difference, Rinpoche say, the difference of being a sentient being is that we do not have purities, pure body, pure speech, and pure mind. And with this practice, we turn our body, speech, and mind into pure. Then we turn ourselves into a deities. We turn ourselves into a leader that is Chenrezik. So again, Rinpoche said that one very important point that we have to bear in mind is that all sentient beings, all of us, are Buddha natures. So from Buddha nature, we understand that the gist of it is emptiness, and we all have a great compassion, loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. So once on this basis we understand and we practice Buddhism, and we know that there is this dependent arisings, then there is this particular factor which definitely there is a way we will get enlightened and become Buddha. If we do not know this particular point, and then we practice, we will not be able to very swiftly achieve an effective practice and get enlightened. So we have to recognize that from an ordinary being, we have all the potential to get enlightened. And if you bear in mind on all this, Rinpoche said that you will have full faith and confidence in the Dharma, the teaching that you are receiving. And you have full faith and confidence in that you will be able to have the realization and the experience on that. But Rinpoche said that nowadays, why is that a lot of people practice and they cannot achieve what should be achieved? in the accomplishing enlightenment. It's all because you can say the faith and confidence of that particular practitioner is not good enough, is not adequate. And he even have suspicious thought to think of whether does it mean that I practice this to get enlightened? When you have such a suspicious thought on that, of course you will not be able to get the essential experience and realization. So, in other words, Rinpoche said, in order to deal with this, in order to have good practice, you must have 100% confidence and devotion to what you are practicing.
那现在呢，就是这个关于的经由仪轨口述完了，所以呢，就是这个法本在台湾那些地方有这个一些中文翻译的也有。那这以后我们在这里记过的也是可以给大家再修的话，就这样就修就行了。
我觉得这边好像
有吗？有吧？哦，那
我可以拿过来。
可以，有的话好可以拿。对，可以现在来大家。哦，这里有吗？那很好。
谢谢。
英文的呀。
我好像也有，在家里。
哦。
主人不屑的嘛。
对，是。
对，我有。
这个
因为很短。
对，这个很短嘛，所以念这个比较好。所以我觉得真的是，努巴仁波切是非常特别的一个上师。他呢想到什么呢？现在这个这个精炼的时代，大家都是非常繁忙的工作当中，所以呢，就是这个很多复杂的法，比方说你打很多的这个手势，打这个法器，这些都要很多的话，那就是你没有机会这些修行的，所以呢，就是这个很简短的，但是对他能够起到实用的这样一个是很重要的。所以曾经有一个这样的一个故事嘛，那就是冈波瓦大师有一个弟子，那个弟子请教这个冈波瓦大师，最殊胜的法是什么？他说你自己能够修得起来的法，这就是最殊胜的法。所以我们自己能够修得到的话，任何法都是对我们有用的。如果我们自己修不起来的话，那就是再大的法也是没有用的。所以这个能修得起来，能够自己相应是非常殊胜的一个法。所以主要是目前很慈悲，他就这个灌顶啊什么这些都不做了，就是这个要念嗡嘛呢叭吽，这是我觉得是非常殊胜的一个法门。
Rinpoche said that now the oral transmission already complete. Actually, there is a sadhana on this. Actually, Rinpoche at first was thinking of getting it from Taiwan. And actually, in this Milarepa Retreat Center, they already have this sadhana. And maybe anyone who is interested can later on get a copy of that. So Rinpoche said that our Drupal Rinpoche is a very compassionate Vajra master. He already see that in these modern days, all of us have jobs and have a lot of things to do and we are very busy. So sometimes, a lot of times, in fact, we do not have those enough times to practice the way, like for example, having mudras and all the Dharma rules and the bell and doje, so forth methods of the chanting. And so for us, if we are in the states whereby we are so busy and still we want to get benefit from dharmas, so chanting of these 6 elements mantra and with this short sadhana text will be very useful to us. Rinpoche said that during Gampopa times, he had one disciple who asked Lord Gampopa, what is the best method of practice, or what teaching is the best that can help in my practice. So what Gampopa said that in any practice, as long as the practice that you practice whereby you have certain experience and realization, but it is suit you, then that will be the best practice. So whereby you have certain realization and experience. So the main idea is that you just choose one method which suits you and practice, focus, concentrate on it, and get the best experience and realization. That will be the best practice of all the practice. So again, Rinpoche's phrase that the Rinpoche is very kind, is that he emphasized and spread the chanting of Om Mani Padme Hum throughout the whole world. He even don't give emphasis on giving empowerments. It's just encouraging people just to chant the 60 words mantra, and by using such a profound, simple, concise sadhana of Chenrezik to benefit all people.
所以说呢，这个过去的那些很多的祖师大德，他们也是修观音的法门的。比如说教主这个松光，他本身的他的这个本宗也是观音的。所以呢，就是这些过去很多修行人，他们就是修这个观音的法门，能够得到很高的成就的。所以呢，我们就是要这个要相信这个法门，要这个努力的去修。所以呢，在主要仁波切也是以前跟仁波切一起去过这个不少的国家。那个时候仁波切不喜欢做灌顶什么这些这个意识的各种的这种仁波切不喜欢，大家都要念Om Mani Padme Hum，抓紧时间去念。那个时候我感觉到什么呢？就是真的，仁波切非常的慈悲。那仁波切当时怎么说的呢？现在他们这些人根本没有时间来这个修行的，所以他们好不容易的来到一次，那就是这样来的时候呢，我们不要浪费他们的时间，必须应该要让他们修这个观音的六字真言。这样的话，将来他们往生以后，不管怎么说，他念一桩Om Mani Padme Hum的这个功德，他可以带去嘛。接着他们来了，我们做一个这个半动半不动的那种，做很多的仪式，就这样就这个混过去了，那都是等于他们吃的时候带什么呢？就这个浪费他们的时间了，所以不应该这样。我们就说要叫他们要念什么Om Mani Padme Hum，所以我们就特别的这个要在上面强调。所以呢，就是真的是如此。那现在我自己也是，时时刻刻都念的大部分都是Om Mani Padme Hum，除此之外没有什么可修的了，就这样子。
Would you say that in the past, a lot of great accomplished master or lineage master, they also practice this Chenrezik sadhana, and for Lord Jiten Songkong, the founders of the Kongkajus, his main deities is actually Chenrezik. In the past, the great master, they practice this Chenrezik sadhanas, they get great achievement and great accomplishment. So Rinpoche cautioned us that we should have confidence in this practice. We should practice it. Rinpoche mentioned that in the past, he have traveled together with the great enlightened master Zhuang Rinpoche to various countries in this world, and he noticed that Zhuang Rinpoche never liked to give empowerments. What Zhuang Rinpoche said was that we have to save times. Most of the time should spend on teachings, the chanting of Om Mani Padme Hum. At that time, Rinpoche said that he felt that Zhuang Rinpoche is very compassionate, because Zhuang Rinpoche said that nowadays in modern times, everyone is so busy, their time is so precious. Now, since they are so busy, so precious, yet they can still come to these Dharma centers and to learn Buddhist Dharma. So we should not waste their time. We should encourage them to chant Om Mani Padme Hum, which is a very simple method, but the effect is so great because by chanting this, they will accumulate merit. So during the times when they have to pass away, what they can bring away is the merits after chanting this 6-syllable mantra, and it will benefit it. Rather than we teach them various very complicated type of other practice where it have to take away a lot of time and it will not be effective for them, then it is no use to them. Therefore, he emphasized a lot at that time that all peoples in all walks of life in the world should chant the 6-syllable mantra and to practice this short, simple, concise sadhana of Chenrezik. Rinpoche said, nowadays, as for me, you can see that most of the time, throughout 24 hours, I always chant the 6-syllable mantras. And then most of the time I practice the 6-syllable mantra and no other practice.
所以有这个关于经文这个8本有英文版的，那我们要想修的话，那就是不用在以后，那你们自己家里也可以修。那有时候有时间的话，到这些官方来，在这个1、2天的这种闭关打坐的方式修，也是很好的。所以呢，总的说起来的话，我们任何一个众生都这个离苦得乐，这是一个众生的每一个众生的这个信念嘛，是不是？所以呢，就是要离苦得乐的方式方法上是那都是多样的。所以呢，这个最殊胜的就是用法来这个能够得到这个欢喜法喜能够得到这个离别痛苦，也是通过法的方法来这个离别痛苦只有这样的方法。所以呢，就是我们大家都要给这个无论在家的时候也好，无论在出去的时候也好，都要这个念诵Om Mani Padme Hum是非常简单的一个法。所以这个做的话，我觉得是对我们这个人生没有浪费掉。
Rinpoche said that now we have this concise sadhana of Chenrezik also with English translations. So those who are interested can purchase that from these retreat centers, and all of us can practice in our home. And when all of you have time, Rinpoche say that by all means, please come to these Milarepa retreat centers and do this practice for 1 or 2 days. And beside this practice, you can also have a simple meditation on that. So Rinpoche further say that as we know, all sentient beings in their life, they always like to have happiness and to be away from all kinds of sufferings. So there are various methods that in this world people are searching for a way to achieve this, to attain such a stage. But the most effective way is actually to learn from the Buddhist Dharma. Then through the practice, you have happiness, and through this practice, you are away from all the sufferings. So Rinpoche again remind us that please, whenever we have the time, we should chant the 6-syllable mantra at home, or when we are going shopping or anywhere. If you are mindful enough that we have the time, we can also chant a little bit of this 6-syllable mantra, so that we will not be wasting our present life. We will achieve some things and invest onto our next life.